Hey fellow moviegoers, and welcome to our channel Film Scene. My name is Chelsea, and for this video I wanted to talk about my favorite type of film, which is a coming of age story. I'm not sure if it's a genre or not, but we're just gonna go with it. So I actually have a lot to get through. I had about 13 to start with, and I really narrowed down to 10, which is, I know it's a lot, but I couldn't pick. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go through this quickly. So let's get started. My first one is Now and Then. Now I think this is kind of like the girl version of Stand By Me, because it looks back on one summer that changed the lives of 4 young women, and it talks about not only the summer, but it also is like a look back. So it talks about where they are currently in their lives and how their relationships with each other have changed, and it's just a very heartfelt movie. The next one is Stand By Me, of course. This is definitely my favorite one on the list that I have. It's about 4 young boys and one summer change their lives, but they're also going on a hunt for a dead body. But the acting in here is just phenomenal. I think this is where I really started to notice how great child actors could be. Like, you have obviously Natalie Portman and The Professional, and you have Dakota Fanning as well, but this is just great acting from all 4 of them, and it's very dramatic as well, so this is definitely my favorite. And the writing is amazing as well. The next one is The Cure. I think this is a very underrated movie. The Cure, for me, is exemplary of a young relationship. It's about 2 young boys. One has AIDS and the other one befriends him. They're next door neighbors, and they become friends during the summer, but they also go on a journey to find the cure for AIDS, because they find a remedy in this, fluff magazine, and they go on the journey down the river, and it's a beautiful film to watch. It's very heartfelt. It's definitely a tearjerker, but definitely worth a watch. Another one I have on here that I know I've talked about a lot on my channel, but it's Moonlight. It's definitely a coming of age story, a new one, about a young man coming to terms with his sexuality, being gay, and growing up in a rough neighborhood in LA. And it won this year for Best Picture, so yay, that's great as well. But yeah, that's definitely a film to look at as well. If nothing else, the cinematography and the editing is just beautiful. The next one actually won a few years ago. I'm not sure if it won, but it was nominated a few years ago for an Academy Award, and that's An Education. It's about a young woman. She's kind of starts a relationship with an older gentleman, and she's very into her education at first. She's very into her studies. She wants to get into Oxford. However, it's kind of derailed when she meets this older guy. He takes her on trips and shows her the finer things in life, art and music and French culture, and it's just about how being a woman, you have to look out for your own future as well. You can't rely on a man. So it's just a very grown-up theme for a young girl to go through, but it's amazing as well. Definitely one of my favorites. Another one I really enjoyed is Girlhood. It's a French film, it's on Netflix, and it's about a young woman, and she, like An Education, is very into her future and her schooling. However, that also gets derailed when she becomes part of a gang, and she kind of figures out where her life is supposed to go and what path she should take in order to get out of this gang. But yeah, the ending is actually really good too. It's a very, very powerful piece. This next one is kind of dark. It's kind of my first dip into the coming of age pool, I guess, and that was 13. I watched it now as around the same age as these girls, and it was very dark. It dealt with drugs and sex, and they were just kind of off on their own. Their parents weren't really around. It was good acting as well, but it's a very, very dark film. It's also a very, very powerful film, and the editing and the shots were also very unique as well. There's a lot of shaky camera, but I didn't mind it. I actually think it made the piece feel more authentic, and like I was actually just watching them live their lives as opposed to an artistic film. My next one's a bit more lighthearted, and that's Clueless. I think this film did a really good job of exploring sexuality, because there is one scene I remember when Alicia Silverstone's character is talking about how much time she takes into looking at her shoes and finding the perfect outfit, and she compares it to finding the perfect man and the perfect partner to lose her virginity to, because she's around her peers who are very sexually active and she's not. And she appears to be very vapid, but she has actually a very unique look on life and sex and relationships as well. But it's just a very interesting look, because this character, I think, is one that it's a classic, first of all, but also just to not judge a book by its cover, and that there's a lot going on inside the mind of a young woman, and the narration is actually pretty great in here as well. Another one is Boys in the Hood. I did my top 6 black films, and so I'll link that up here as well if you want to take a look at that. But basically this is about 4 young men. They grow up in a rough part of town, and it's about how they get out of their current neighborhood through education, through sports. It also takes a look at their families and just how their environment influenced their friendships. So this is one that I watched a lot when I was a kid, actually. And the last one is Pleasantville. Reese Witherspoon, I think, did an amazing job in this film. But yeah, this is just a very unique story. It's about how your life can be vibrant and meaningful even though you're in a small town or, you know, a bland situation. And I like the relationship between the sister and brother as well. That was really great. Some of my honorable mentions, I'll leave those linked down below, their trailers as well, but some of those were Dope, which is on Netflix, The Craft, Jawbreaker, Sandlot, and Mean Girls. Those are the ones I just couldn't talk about in this video. That'd be really long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to leave some of your favorites down below, that'd be great, or suggest some to me that perhaps I didn't mention in here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!